Hey, I'm Joel.
I'm Scott.
And you are watching Booze, Tattoos, and Heavy Metal. Today on Booze, Tattoos, and Heavy Metal, what do we got, Scott?
We're going to talk about probably one of the most important topics recently, the terror attack at the Ariana Grande concert.
And that was what, last night?
Last night. Hold your horses. We're not going to talk about Ariana Grande. I'm not a fan of her music, and I'm pretty sure this guy isn't either. But it's a topic that all music fans and all concert goers should discuss.
Yeah, absolutely. And then we had some beers we're going to fucking taste test. We'll get into that in a couple of seconds. So let's fucking get into it, like right now.
All right, so topic of the day is probably the terror attacks at the Ariana Grande concert. I know Randy Blythe put a thing out today condemning it, obviously. Condemning people making fun of it. I get it. I mean, it could have happened at an Ariana Grande show, an Iron Maiden show, a festival, who knows, right? But man, it's like, I just don't understand why they would do that when there's little children there. Like, that concert's predominantly kids, and they kill kids. Like, it's disgusting, man. Like,
I just kind of woke up to it, and then I kind of heard like I heard one joke about it, and then that's how I was introduced to the news today. Was a fucking joke.
Yeah, like, I don't really know what to say about it. It for some reason, this one made me really upset. Like, it was kind of similar to the Eagles of Death Metal thing in Paris a couple of years ago, or last year, or whenever that was. But
yeah,
it's almost like, I understand, like, it's war or whatever, world bullshit. But why at a concert? Why not just, I don't know, it just doesn't make sense to me, you know what I mean? Like,
I think it's an easy way to get a whole bunch of people into one small spot and make it as effective as possible. And I think that's what it is, and it's heartless and it's fucking retarded.
Yeah, just, you know, if you haven't read it yet, search out Randy Blythe's column on it. It's actually really good, you know. I guess he was, to paraphrase it, he was in the grocery store and a guy made a joke to him about it because he knew who Randy was. And
I'll put a link to that.
Yeah, okay.
You guys will get it.
And Randy kind of just looked at him. He's like, man, is this what humanity has come to? Like, you're making jokes about people dying. Like, whenever you go to a concert, it should be to go and have fun and hang out with people that are like-minded into the music with you and enjoy life and forget about bullshit for a few hours.
Yeah.
When this kind of stuff happens, man, it makes it hard. Like, it could happen to you or I when we go to see Metallica, for instance. You know, like,
dude, yeah.
It's just it's scary.
I think you're right. Like, it's I mean, now, so we started with Dimebag a long time ago with the shooting of Dimebag, and now because of that we have to get pat downs and stuff like that going into a show, right? So and that all sprouted from that, and now it's like, now it's anything. So it's just fucking open game now.
Well, that's another thing too. Like, I know a lot of people, when I go to the show, they bitch about getting patted down or going through a metal detector. People don't bitch about it. It's to keep you safe, to keep the artist safe, to keep everybody safe and have a good time. So
absolutely, yeah.
Think about that next time. They might catch somebody at the door with something that could fuck you up and fuck your favorite artist up. So don't bitch about it.
Yeah, I was I was patted down going into a Slayer concert, and I thought, you know, this is kind of funny because they took my wallet chain away. And I was like, why are you guys taking my wallet chain away? Fucking Kerry King wears huge ones. Like, he wears chains that are like, go down to his knees.
The spiked fucking wrist guard too.
I mean, you guys take that shit away too, but you know, like, I get it. I 100% get it, and I completely abide by them having to take away anything. I mean, I don't have it. Yes, I do. I carry a knife around 24 hours a day, and I've been let into concerts with knives because they didn't pat me down well enough. I know in the States, we went to Judas Priest a couple years ago, and they went from the waist up. They weren't allowed. I said, what? You don't want to pat from the waist down? We're not allowed to.
Doesn't make sense to me.
So that's how this is happening. So it was a suicide. It was a suicide bomber. Yes.
I don't know. I'm still trying to figure it out, because on the news today, they said it was a suicide bombing, but they caught the guy. So I think suicide bombing might have been the wrong word. I think he snuck explosives in and planted them around the entrance of the arena or something.
Yeah, I guess we're kind of paraphrasing right now. We haven't.
There's more news to come, I would say. So all I know is that when they showed the pictures of these little girls on the news this morning that died, and now their families are missing them just for going to a concert, it just seems fucking senseless to me, and it just bugs me, man. Yeah, like, dude. It's disgusting. So
to lighten it up, what are we drinking today?
We are drinking Pyramid Apricot Ale. It's brewed in Seattle, Washington, right by Safeco Field. If anybody knows where that is, it's right beside the stadium. If you're ever there, check it out. Pretty light. It's a nice summer beer.
Twist off or what?
No, it's...
Oh, it is too.
It's a nice light summer beer. It's refreshing. You can only drink 2 or 3 of them because it gets a little bit sweet in taste, but for hot days, grab some, you'll like it.
Cool. Right on. Actually, it's got a really good taste to it.
Yes.
It is total, like, first taste is like apricot right away.
No, it's good stuff.
Oh man, that's good. Okay, so what else do we got? I mean, and this kind of ties into the whole thing. We were just talking about this earlier. This is in the news right now. Iron Maiden condemns Manchester attack and vows to finish UK tour. I think that's good on them. I think nobody should give in to terrorism, and no one should have to live in fear as to what event they're going to go to if that's going to happen to them. Obviously, the statistics are hugely outnumbered as far as successful shows to something that happens at a show.
For sure.
So no one should ever have to live in fear, I don't think. But
plus, I can't see Iron Maiden ever giving way to that shit. I mean, they're more of a fuck you, come and get us kind of band. So hey, good for them, good for Bruce Dickinson. Keep going.
Absolutely.
Fuck ISIS. So yeah, that's awesome, man. I hope more bands follow suit. I don't want to see shit canceled just because of some fucking idiot. So
yeah. And good on them, and I'm sure it'll come out that there'll be a whole bunch more bands that come out and do the same thing. Of course, Scott Ian is he chimes in on everything, and
kind of like Corey Taylor.
Exactly.
Who I have to admit, I'm a crazy Slipknot fan here, but sometimes he just needs to chill out. But anyway,
did you see his what was it? Outshined? Was it Outshine that he did? Was that at?
Rock on the Range, I think it was called.
Yeah.
Wherever Soundgarden was supposed to headline.
They had just learned it that day. Obviously, Corey knew the lyrics because he was a Cornell fan. But yeah, imagine the talent that somebody has or a band has that they have to think of a song and learn it and fucking kill it. The first day within 24 hours.
I mean, I know there's a lot of Corey Taylor haters out there. First of all, fuck you, because there's no reason to hate the guy. Second of all, that dude, to do stuff like that and to go from a screamer in Slipknot to singing in Stone Sour, he's a talented guy, smart guy. Don't fucking hate on Corey Taylor.
I'll put a link up to Corey's performance, as well as Taylor Momsen, who absolutely blew me away doing her cover of Audio Slave's, what the fuck song was it now? It was Like a Stone. Yeah. In fact, okay, like I'm a metalhead dude, and I'm a man, but man, oh man, I was watching it the other day. Had a day off, and I'm sitting outside drinking a coffee first thing in the morning. My followers on Snap on Tool Review know that I fucking drink coffee all day long. And I shed a tear for Chris, and I shed a tear for how beautiful she did it, and she absolutely killed it. And if you watch the video, which I'll put a link to it in the description, she was choked up the entire fucking time.
Yeah, I know. I guess they were touring with Soundgarden on this tour right now, so that's a shocker, man. It's Chris Cornell is somebody I grew up with, as I'm sure you did, and a lot of people that are going to be watching this did. Man, it's kind of a kick in the nuts. I woke up to read that, and I was just like, what the fuck? Like, yeah, sad.
Why don't you guys leave a comment in the description or in the comment section below what your guys' favorite Cornell song was. Audio Slave, Cornell, he had an amazing acoustic career as well, and
for me, it's still the original Jesus Christ Pose for me.
Oh, dude, Jesus Christ Pose all the way.
I wasn't a hardcore metalhead when I first heard that, but it sort of got me into the genre a little bit more than I already was.
Absolutely.
That song, Black Hole Sun, Spoon Man, and the list goes on and on. The guy's a genius. He's great, and his loss will be felt for sure.
Whoa. These are actually going down well. I mean, I told you. What is it? It's probably, what, 30 degrees out right now?
Yeah, 1 p.m. Pacific, 30 degrees, and beer time.
Yeah, 30 degrees is what, like, maybe like, what, 80, 90 Fahrenheit?
I know, we're Canadian, eh?
Yeah, we're Canadian, eh? So, cheers to you guys.
Let's see what else is going on there. How do you... Sorry, I'm a Mac guy. I don't know how to work this PC shit.
Oh, yeah, whatever. 2 fingers on the fucking...
2 fingers there.
2 fingers, or you can just go... so security efforts stepped up for Guns N' Roses concert in Ireland. Of course, everybody has to, when something like this happens, has to immediately react, right? So I get that.
Upcoming shows, I don't know, what are we doing? We're going to see Hell Yeah on...
Oh yeah, Hell Yeah. When is that?
The 12th, Monday, the June 12th.
If you guys don't know who, I know Hell Yeah was getting a bad rap for a long time. For the first 3 albums, every time you would see something on Blabbermouth or whatever, it would be like, Hell Yeah, how about Hell No? And I was, you know what, they if you see them, guys, and they are the an opening band or whatever, or if they are the band that you're there to see, they will kill it every single time and put any bad band on that bill to shame. I absolutely 100% guarantee.
Lots of hate there. I don't know, like we're looking at Blabbermouth right now to go over like the day's news topics. For whatever reason, I'm sorry, I gotta get this off my chest. People that comment on Blabbermouth shit, grab a fucking clue, guys, because you know what?
The worst people in the world.
Goat Whore is not as better than Slipknot. They're not better than fucking Hell Yeah. Goat Whore sucks. Sorry, they suck. I like the smaller bands too, but you guys gotta lighten up, man, just because it's not real metal. Is that what you think? It's not real fucking metal? Give your head a shake, because it is. So.
Oh, this is cool. Cavalier Conspiracy begins recording 4th album. That's good that those brothers are together still. After the fallout of Sepultura and but yeah, Max
is looking a little rough for wear in that picture.
Oh, dude, have you?
Kind of looks like fucking Chumlee from Pawn Stars.
Max is a cool dude. I didn't get to meet him, but I got to. My buddy John actually got to meet him and hung out on the bus in Kelowna.
Doesn't he though? He looks like Chumlee.
Oh, dude, he totally
does. Gonna call a buddy down and see how much his guitar's worth.
I'll put this picture up so you guys can see it. It's fucking awesome. Oh, dude, that's hilarious.
King Diamond. What's up with King Diamond there?
Oh, King Diamond. I don't know, maybe another eye infection or something.
There's new face paint. Nothing important.
The Poodles members join forces in Kryptonite. Yeah, who gives a shit about that? King Diamond is pretty badass, actually. If you guys have ever seen them live, 100% recommend it. Of course, Stone Sour.
One thing, okay, so I went on my Corey Taylor rant earlier. I will say that Stone Sour is nowhere near as good as Slipknot. They have some good music, but it's a little poppy for my taste, but still props to the guy for being able to do both. He's a millionaire, you're not, so don't hate on him.
Exactly. I know, and you guys can leave whatever kind of comments you want. I'm going to leave also our email address that's in the description below, and you guys can email us. Request what kind of things you guys want us to talk about. Request beers you want us to drink, and we'll try and get our hands on whatever. Of course, yeah, there you go. I will leave that link for the Lamb of God.
Something I thought we could talk about for our first show.
Sure.
What was the best show you've ever been to, and alternatively the worst show you've ever been to? Let's start with the best shows.
The best show?
Yeah, go ahead, ladies first.
Well, by all means. Where's my wife? No. Best show, I would have to say, and this is, it's rock and roll, not metal, but I would have to say, Roger Waters, 100%. Roger Waters did The Wall. He was
I was there at BC Place, yeah.
And that, I think, growing up with Pink Floyd my entire life, that was a dream come true, and it was so surreal to actually be there and get to experience that.
It's funny you say that, because I was at that show, and although the music was great, I was bored out of my fucking tree. It bored me to tears. It was I thought it would be something a little bit more visual, maybe just something more for me, and it just really wasn't.
Well, that wall was
it was cool. I mean,
was so cool, dude.
Don't get me wrong, it had cool aspects of it, but for the most part, it bored the shit out of me. Like, it was great musically, the music was tight, but just the show itself, it put me to sleep. It wasn't.
I recorded a couple of the songs from that, and we were dead center, way up in the nosebleed. So, and I had talked to people, because I posted a video. It's actually on this channel, and I posted the video, and people were like, "Dude, I was like front row center, and your view was 10 times better than mine."
Well, it was so big, like, because it went from, like, it was in a stadium, folks, so not an arena. It was in, like, a BC Place stadium, so those of you that know it, great. If not, it's like any of the NFL football stadiums. It's fucking huge. And the stage went from, like, side to side, and they even, like, where the seats were, the wall went up the seats. It was an intense stage. It was giant. Maybe I just expected more videos or more props. I don't know. It just didn't do it for me, so... Yeah. My best show is probably... Maiden, Somewhere Back in Time tour from, I think it must have been 09 maybe. I can't really remember the year, but
can't go wrong with
that. Was just crazy. They had the whole Power Slave set, and it was just fucking hit after hit after hit after hit. None of this new bullshit. It was just all hits. That's the one thing I don't like about Maiden touring right now. I get that they have new music and they need to play a few songs. Iron Maiden, Bruce Dickinson, I love you, buddy. Stop playing 6 new songs on your fucking tours. Nobody wants to hear it, man. Play the hits. You have a great catalog. Don't fucking play the new shit.
Yeah, anyhow, they what did they do? They took out, was it Number of the Beast, or I can't remember what song they took it. Like people were so upset that they had taken out one of the songs out of their set.
Run to the Hills. They took out.
Run to the Hills. That's right. They took out Run to the Hills to make room for another new song.
Which pisses me off because although I've heard that song live millions of times, I love it. Whatever. But if you're, say, Joe Blow, who's never been able to see Maiden live, and you want to fucking hear that song, like, you know, so don't play a new song or two. That's fine, but get rid of the 5, 6, 7 new songs. Nobody fucking wants to hear it. So smarten up. The diehard's gonna buy your album anyway. So
worst concert? Do you have a worst concert?
I do have a worst concert, and I guarantee I'm getting comments on this. People are gonna fucking light me up for it. Slayer and Megadeth. Slayer and Megadeth. Okay, now before you guys shit on me, I expected more out of Slayer. I saw the video of, what was that fucking tour that Megadeth did?
Gigantour.
Yeah, so I saw the video of Gigantour where it was Megadeth, Slayer, Lamb of God. It was fucking rad, where they had all those crosses come out of the stage and they all turn upside down. And that's what I wanted to see. Yeah. So I fucking get all jacked up and I go see Slayer, and it's the band with the fucking backdrop.
Just a backdrop.
I'm like...
I can see that.
I was like, okay, so I paid $100 to go see you, and there's no fucking stage to enhance your performance. Like if I wanted to listen to a CD, I would have bought a $15 CD and got cheap beer at home, and that's it, right? Like, and they didn't even move around. Like, I get it, Slayer's not a big moving around band, but even Kerry King just kind of stood there, and I'm like, well, fuck, man. And Megadeth, sorry, folks, I can't stand Megadeth. Maybe it was the end of the tour, and I don't know, but even Megadeth just had a backdrop. No lights, no fucking pyro, nothing.
Doesn't. They don't do that though.
I'm not a Megadeth guy.
I've seen them 4 times now, and every single time it's just a backdrop. Well, no, what they have been doing is they have the screens that are behind them that make it look like amps.
Oh, see, yeah, they didn't have that.
So the big speakers, they had the big screens. So I saw them on the 20th anniversary of Countdown to Extinction. What a fucking amazing show, dude. It was so cool because Countdown to Extinction, and I know you're not a Megadeth fan, and you guys might not be Megadeth fans, but I'm a Megadeth fan, and god damn it, to see the entire Countdown to Extinction in its entirety was just something else.
Wow, I wish I was still in Metallica. Wow. Oh, some of you out there are diehard Megadeth fans. I understand it. They're talented. Dave Mustaine is a talented dude. It's just not for me. So don't send me hate mail on that. Well, you can if you want to, but I'm probably going to tell you to fuck off in the next episode. So my worst concert besides that one, I was trying to think of other bad shows I've been to.
Fuck, I don't think I have one. I think maybe bad acts at a show that I've been to.
Actually, I have one, and you're probably not going to like this because this guy is one of our biggest favorite bands. Zakk Wylde Book of Shadows 2 tour was horse shit. Sorry, Zach, I love you, buddy, but that was some folky fucking garbage. And man, after seeing BLS so many times, and I walk into that, it was a disappointment.
Now, the nice thing about the Book of Shadows tour is that there are a lot of guitar solos.
Well, that's a nice thing, but it's every fucking song.
Yeah. I got to... Oh man, fuck me. So I like to record almost every show that I go to. Mm-hmm. I know that people are like, you guys can say whatever you guys want to about it, but like I'm the guy at the fucking show like this, but I turn my screen down to like nothing so it doesn't bother people, but I try to get like the best footage I can because these bands aren't going to be around forever.
No, I agree.
And why not document it? You know what I mean? And it's
the best souvenir you're going to get. It's better than a T-shirt. It's better than anything else. It's something you can save on your computer or whatever.
You load it up to YouTube, and it's there forever. You guys can go back in the catalog in this channel and see any video you want. I've posted many of them. But that show, I had dropped my phone. No, I didn't drop my phone. I dropped a fucking heavy flashlight on the screen of my phone, and it hit right in the earpiece. So right here, and right in there is a microphone for the front-facing camera. And it stopped recording sound.
Oh, that's awesome.
And I didn't know. So I'm recording, and I'm like, you know, like, fucking yeah, this is awesome, right? And then I go to play it back, and it just goes, "Burr!" And then nothing. And like, I couldn't even get audio for it. Like, I would have grabbed audio from someone else's video if I could have, but it was like, fuck, man, it was so bad. And yeah, it was just one of those things that
another great show. Can I just, I'll throw this one in?
Absolutely.
This is another one that's going to touch people the wrong way, some of you. Ghost puts on a great show. They're an acquired taste, I'll give you that. But I'm telling you right now, like, we walked in there and they had some hippy-dippy fucking opener, Marissa Nadler, I think her name was. And she was like strumming on a harp while her fucking weirdo guitar players behind her. It was just the two of them. And not my bag. If you're into like weird hippie patchouli music, fine, listen to it. But once she got off, the whole place went purple. And they started pumping smoke in there. And I figured, okay, it's just a smoke machine to create the atmosphere with the lights and shit. But it was actually like incense scented. So they made the whole thing seem like really creepy and shit. And
that's cool.
All the roadies would come out and bow to each other. And that fucking dude, that Papa Emeritus guy, puts on a hell of a show. If you don't like their music, maybe check it out online or something. But they're very good live. I would recommend them. Well worth the $40 I paid to go to it. So
have not seen them yet. The things that I have heard on the radio, they're very radio friendly.
That the recent album is, yes, but the old stuff not so much.
But it's, yeah, like, it was one of those things. It's kind of off-putting because you see them, and you think that these guys are going to be some fucking badass band, and then the guy sings.
That's his shit, though, right?
Yeah, no, and I get it. I think it's really cool. Here's something. I don't really have a worst show, but I do have a question. You're a Slipknot fan, and I think we've touched on this before, off camera before. This is what brought up this whole show was, do you think that Slipknot would be as successful as they are without the clown paint, the clown, or the masks? I guess it's the masks.
I think they would have been, but like we discussed before, it would have taken them time to get there.
Would have taken them some time.
When they came out, and I guess 99 on Ozfest was their big fucking break, people would watch that and we're like, who the fuck are these guys? All due respect to Mushroom Head, who was the first one to wear masks before Slipknot. They were just a different sound. There was fucking 9 of them going crazy, lighting each other on fire, barfing on each other. And people were like, what the fuck? Like, it got everybody's attention. They don't do that shit anymore. It's still a hell of a show, and you don't really know where to look when you're watching them live. Yeah. But I think they would have got there eventually just because they're a different sound than everybody, and Corey's a great vocalist, in my opinion. Yeah. But they would have got there eventually, just not as fast.
Yeah. I think you're right. I think it would have been actually quite a lot slower than you would think.
Yep, for sure.
I think they kind of kicked the fucking door open, right? And said, this is who we are. It's a lot like Butcher Babies. We've talked about this before, where people give Butcher Babies a lot of fucking shit, but you know what? Go see them, and they're fucking.
They are great live. They're fun to watch.
Absolutely love them live, because
not just because they're hot chicks either, and they are nice looking girls.
Yeah,
but
no, they're talented as fuck. Heidi and Carla know how to fucking scream, and it's, they have the devil voice in them. It's just like Alyssa Glutes from Arch Enemy. Man, oh man, that girl's got a fucking voice.
Actually, the great show, and I know you were there, was Butcher Baby's Hatebreed and BLS.
Yes.
And I'll tell you fucking one thing. Again,
show.
A lot of people shit on Jamie Jasta. That guy can work a fucking crowd because that crowd, that floor was going mental. Like, it was just mental when they came out. And that guy got everybody jacked up for BLS. Better than I've probably ever seen any opening band do it before. So if you get a chance to check out Hatebreed or Jasta when he's on tour, go see him. Yeah. It's very good. So
my buddy Neil, actually, he was at the front row, and Hatebreed came out, and he's protecting his little wife. And he's just like this, fucking and they're getting fucking heads and like boots in the head and stuff like that. Yeah. And it was nuts. It was nuts. Black Label doesn't draw a crowd like that. No. It was fucking hell.
I know there was like beers flying everywhere and fucking hell. Shoes and hats. And shit.
Even Butcher Babies had a good crowd going on, and it was like hell, and then fucking Black Label came out, and it was like, it's not that it was calm, but it was like, it just wasn't what Hatebreed was doing. You know what I mean? It was fucking, they just fucking killed it.
Also, something for you guys to comment on if you want to hear more about like punk music, Bad Religion, Pennywise, NoFX. I'm really into that. I'm trying to get this guy into it too. If you guys want me to maybe talk a little bit more about that kind of music, let us know and I will incorporate. So.
As far as punk goes for me, the first punk band I was actually really exposed to was The Clash. And then it kind of stopped at Rancid, and that was kind of where it is. And then my musical taste changed. And,
see, like I was
exposed to Pantera, and then it was fucking like game over.
I grew up listening to the Bad Religion and the Pennywise. Thanks to my buddy Dale Gray. Hopefully you watch. But he gave me what Bad Religion album was it? Suffer, I think, and I was hooked.
Yeah.
And every time they come to Vancouver, I've even traveled to Vegas to see those guys. Pennywise is another one I've listened to since I was 14 years old. I don't know, something about punk music and metals kind of go hand in hand for the most part. So.
You have to fucking catch up to me. I'm almost on my third one.
Holy fuck. Okay, we'll talk and I'll drink.
Fuck yeah, man. So I hope this is going good. I hope you guys like it. The bullshitting part is, I think, what's going to make the fucking show, right? Is
oh, look, I'll try it.
Ooh. There you go. You hit it right in the camera.
So progressive.
Don't fucking copy
artsy
me, bro.
fartsy.
This guy bought a black Ram. I sold my black Ram the next day.
Because there's only room for one person with a black Ram who's cool, and that's this guy.
Yeah.
Right? Fuck, whatever.
Oh man.
What else is going on in the world? Shit, I don't know. Bullshitting while drinking. That's pretty much what we're doing.
I drew out a skeleton that we could follow.
Actually,
we didn't actually even really follow it at all.
Some of our followers that have already followed our Instagram page that are going to watch this, I'd like to say thank you to Danger On Air. We actually were talking about Vancouver radio yesterday and realized what a bunch of shit it is right now because there's no more XFM to keep the Fox in check. CFox sucks right now. Sorry guys, but you do. You don't play enough rock music. You play fucking garbage.
Garbage.
We miss Danger. We miss Neil Morrison. We miss Todd Hancock. Wish you guys were on the air playing good music because you guys know what you're fucking talking about and you know what good music is. Not like the garbage that's on the air now. Sorry to anybody at CFox that might watch this and get offended, but your playlist sucks. So smarten up.
Yeah,
I know there's CanCon rules and shit, but you guys could play some stuff and you don't play it. So
yeah, if you guys aren't aware, Canadian government has this thing where you have to play. What is it? 30? Is it 30%?
I'm not sure.
Canadian.
I know
music.
There's a percentage, but
there's barely any good Canadian music out there, and you have your opinion about Nickelback, and I have my opinion about.
Okay,
Nickelback.
Whoa. Let's clear this up, okay? So, Nickelback right now they suck. I can't stand them right now. 10 years ago, when Nickelback wasn't fucking famous yet, and Chad wasn't getting his dick wet from Avril. They made good rock music. They made good rock. Dude, I'm telling you, they make good beer drinking rock music. Like, I've seen them live multiple times.
They have those grooves.
They do.
Listen to their when you're camping.
Listen to their first 3 CDs. It's good rock music. Fuck, they made a tribute song to Dimebag.
Yeah.
They knew how to rock. You go to their show, they blow a bunch of shit up and throw beers into the crowd. Now he's got a fucking hair straightener and he's probably fucking transformed his dick into a vagina. I don't know what the problem is.
He
I
got
guess
a nose job and he got his hair straightened. I hope this makes his way to Chad Kruger, because fuck you,
probably
Chad.
drives a fucking Prius, some hybrid piece of shit.
Oh man, he got his DUI for his Lambo and he got a Prius instead, so he could fucking keep driving. So
yeah, I don't
go over the speed limit on his fucking Prius.
I don't know what happened to that band. I guess whoever is in charge of that band and their direction steered him in one way, and hey, God bless them, they made a bunch of fucking money from it. But man, like, street cred, I know they probably never had much to begin with, but they made some good music, so sorry, fuck you, I don't care.
No, I'm not going to disagree with you. Curb and The State were my two favorite Nickelback albums, and then I feel that they learned how to write a song properly, and every single song was written the exact same way.
Yeah, no, well, they got a taste of the money and they wanted more of it, unfortunately.
It was How You Remind Me that fucking fucked it up for them.
That fucking Photograph song.
Well, no, I take that back. It's what worked for them.
Well,
How You Remind Me worked for them because they were the most played band in the world at that time. If you guys remember, it was like, I seen an interview with him and it was like on Much Music or something like that. That's Canadians MTV, and they said to him, "Do you realize that your song is played once every 8 seconds?" And Chad says, "Yes, but I'm not going to let it get to my head." Yeah. And then next thing you know, he's got straightened hair and he got a fucking nose job.
Actually, funny story about Chad Kruger. So my wife used to work at Carter GM.
It went straight to his head. What are you talking about? Nose job and straight
literally
hair?
straight to his head. My wife used to work at Carter GM in Burnaby, and I guess just as Nickelback was peaking and getting famous, they all rolled in like a 1984 Civic wagon, and she said they were the most down-to-earth guys, and one of them bought a Cadillac, and then that was fucking it. Then it was skyrocket to the top, and douche crew, not doom crew like BLS's douche crewing for Nickelback.
Yeah, but what would you do if you were nobody, and all of a sudden you had $1 million in your bank?
I'd buy a nice car, but if I was a musician with a diehard following, I would try and appease those people a little bit.
I know that for a fact that one of the first vehicles that Chad bought, because Chad is from, they're from Alberta, but they moved to British Columbia.
Yeah, he lives in Aldergrove right now.
But my buddy was working at the Dodge dealership where Chad bought his first Plymouth Prowler. So that was the stepping part, like that was where we're not driving Honda Civics anymore, boys. We're driving Plymouth Prowlers, and then it went to a Viper, and so he was, my buddy Jason was servicing those vehicles, and so it was kind of it's a little bit of a local celebrity, right? But I mean, he became very big. But what do you do if you have $1 million?
You know why I would never buy a car like that? Because my fat fucking ass can't fit in them. So there you go. I can never sell it like that. I can't straighten my hair either because I don't have any of it. So big black trucks for me all the way. I don't know what else you want to talk about. Is there anything else on your mind today? Or should we wrap it for today?
I think we're wrapping it up.
All right, well, I mean, hey guys out there, any feedback? Again, this is our first show, so we're just sort of getting the kinks out. But if you have any feedback you want to pass our way, positive, negative, as long as it's constructive, that's all we care about. There's no reason to be a dick and leave comments like, "Oh fuck, I don't like that guy's beard" or whatever.
But if you want, go fucking straight ahead.
You can, but you're gonna get ripped for it. We'll embarrass you. So, thanks for watching, and again, let us know what you think, and we'll be back probably next week.
And again, I'm Joel.
I'm Scott.
And you have been watching Booze, Tattoos, and
Heavy Metal.
Peace out. See you guys later. I don't know what the fuck this was about, but it was supposed to be like this. Fuck you guys.